You take one bite of bread, and within minutes, your body starts a chain reaction you can't see. Not just digestion, something much bigger. Your blood sugar rises. Hormones activate. Cells either absorb energy or begin to resist it. And here's the surprising part. That bowl of rice, that slice of bread, and that sugary drink. Inside your body they can act almost the same. This video promised to explain what happens when you eat carbohydrates, and that's exactly what we're breaking down. Comment your favorite carb below and hit like, because what you're about to learn might completely change how you look at food. To understand what happens when you eat carbohydrates, you first need to know what carbs actually are. Carbohydrates are one of the main sources of energy for your body. They include sugars, starches, and fiber. No matter how different foods look or taste, if they contain carbs, your body often breaks them down into a simple form: glucose. Glucose is a type of sugar that travels in your bloodstream. Your body uses it as fuel, especially for your brain and muscles. Carbs come in different forms. The simplest ones are called monosaccharides, which include glucose, fructose, and galactose. When two of these join together, they form disaccharides, like sucrose or lactose. Then you have complex carbohydrates, which are long chains of these sugar units linked together. These include starches and fiber. Now here's where it gets interesting. Even though complex carbs sound very different from simple sugars, your body often breaks them down into the same basic unit: glucose. So whether you eat bread, rice, or something sweet, your blood sugar can still rise. But not all carbs act the same way inside your body. For example, starch and fiber are both complex carbohydrates found in plants. But they behave very differently. Starch is easy for your body to digest. Your digestive system breaks it down quickly, releasing glucose into your bloodstream. Fiber, on the other hand, cannot be fully broken down. It passes through your digestive system mostly intact. While doing that, it slows down digestion and helps control how quickly sugar enters your blood. This difference changes everything. Foods high in starch like white bread or processed snacks can cause a fast spike in blood sugar. Foods high in fiber like vegetables, fruits, and whole grains release sugar slowly. This is where the idea of the glycemic index comes in. It measures how quickly a food raises your blood sugar. High glycemic foods cause rapid spikes. Low glycemic foods create a slower, more stable rise. And this matters more than most people realize. Because once sugar enters your bloodstream, your body has to decide what to do with it. And that decision depends on one powerful hormone. That hormone is insulin, and it plays one of the most important roles in how your body manages energy. Insulin is produced by your pancreas and acts like a key. Its main job is to unlock your cells so glucose, sugar in your blood, can enter and be used for energy. Every time you eat carbohydrates, your body breaks them down into glucose. This causes your blood sugar levels to rise. In response, your pancreas releases insulin into your bloodstream. Insulin then signals your muscle cells and fat cells to absorb that glucose. Once inside the cells, glucose can either be used immediately for energy or stored for later use. In a healthy system, this process is smooth and efficient. Blood sugar rises slightly after eating, insulin is released in the right amount, and glucose is quickly moved into cells. Your energy stays stable, and your body remains balanced. However, problems begin when this system is overworked. If you frequently consume foods that cause rapid spikes in blood sugar, such as refined carbohydrates, sugary drinks, and processed snacks, your body is forced to release insulin repeatedly throughout the day. This constant demand can start to wear down the system. Over time, your cells may become less responsive to insulin signal. This condition is known as insulin resistance. When this happens, insulin is still being produced, sometimes even in higher amounts than normal, but your cells are no longer responding effectively. It's like having a key that no longer fits the lock. As a result, glucose remains in your bloodstream for longer periods. Blood sugar levels stay elevated, and insulin levels also remain high. This creates a state of imbalance in the body. Instead of efficiently using energy, your system becomes strained and less effective at regulating itself. This doesn't happen overnight. Insulin resistance develops gradually, often without clear symptoms in the early stages. Many people don't realize anything is wrong until more noticeable health issues begin to appear. If this pattern continues, it can lead to a condition known as metabolic syndrome. This is not a single disease but a cluster of related problems that occur together. These include high blood sugar, increased fat around the waist, high blood pressure, and abnormal cholesterol levels. Metabolic syndrome significantly raises the risk of developing serious health conditions such as heart disease and type 2 diabetes. It reflects a deeper breakdown in how the body manages energy and maintains internal balance. What makes this especially important is how easily the process can begin. It doesn't require extreme behavior or rare conditions. It can start with everyday habits, what you eat, how often you eat, and the types of carbohydrates you choose. But before assuming that all carbohydrates are harmful, it's important to understand a key point. Not all carbs affect your body in the same way. The difference lies in how your body processes them, which can either support balance or contribute to long-term health issues. Let's go back to how different carbs affect your body. Highly processed carbohydrates, like white bread, pastries, sugary drinks, and refined snacks, are digested very quickly. They release glucose into your bloodstream almost immediately. This creates a sharp spike in blood sugar. Your body responds by releasing a large amount of insulin to bring that sugar down. But after the spike, there is often a crash. Blood sugar drops quickly, which can leave you feeling tired, hungry, or craving more food. This cycle can repeat throughout the day. Craving. Repeat. Over time, this pattern can put stress on your metabolism. Now compare that to whole, fiber-rich carbohydrates. Foods like vegetables, fruits, legumes, and whole grains are digested more slowly. The fiber in these foods acts like a barrier, slowing down the release of glucose. This leads to a gradual rise in blood sugar instead of a spike. Your body releases insulin in a more controlled way. Energy is steady. Hunger is more manageable. This is why 2 meals with the same number of carbs can affect your body very differently. It's not just about the amount of carbs. It's about the type. And here's another important detail. Foods that contain little to no carbs, like eggs, meat, and cheese, have almost no effect on blood sugar. That's why they are considered low glycemic. But balance is key. Your body still needs carbohydrates for energy, especially for brain function. The goal is not to remove carbs completely. The goal is to choose the right ones and manage how they affect your system. Because your body is not just reacting to food. It is adapting to patterns. And those patterns can either support your health or slowly work against it. Now step back and think about everything you've learned. Carbohydrates are broken down into glucose. That glucose enters your bloodstream. Insulin helps move it into your cells. If this system works well, your body has a steady supply of energy. But if you constantly overload it with fast-digesting carbs, your body can struggle to keep up. Insulin resistance can develop. Blood sugar stays high. And over time, this can lead to serious health problems. But here is the key point. Not all carbs are equal. Whole foods with fiber, like fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, are processed more slowly and support better balance. Refined and processed carbs, like sugary drinks and white flour products, can create rapid spikes and crashes. So when you think about your diet, don't just ask, how many carbs am I eating? Ask, what kind of carbs am I choosing? And here is the truth most people ignore. Understanding this information will not change anything unless you act. Many people learn about blood sugar, insulin, and carbs, but continue the same habits. They rely on convenience. They choose fast energy. They ignore how their body feels after eating. But the people who improve are the ones who make small changes. They swap sugary drinks for water. They choose whole foods over processed ones. They pay attention to energy, hunger, and focus. Because once you start making better choices, your body responds. Energy becomes more stable. Cravings decrease. Focus improves. And your long-term health begins to shift. Step by step, your metabolism moves toward balance. There is one thing I didn't mention at the start. Your biggest energy crashes may not come from lack of sleep, but from what you eat. Watch the next video now. It explains the worst carbs for blood sugar and what to replace them with. Your next meal matters more than you think.